Welcome everyone to Muscle Cars Universe. It's SEMA Show season at last. The next couple of weeks are gonna be hectic for the automotive industry as a whole. In this video, we're going to explore what makes SEMA 2025 the most anticipated event of the year. This time around, the Las Vegas Convention Center is expected to have an even bigger crowd given the opening to the public for the whole day of Friday. But let's dive into the best upcoming hot rods, muscle cars, trucks and custom builds to look out for at SEMA 2025. I want to start off with Roadster Shop. The famous chassis aftermarket brand this year is unveiling 9 different builds from 9 respective workshops. We're talking 4 trucks, 2 muscle cars, 1 C3 Corvette, 1 Firebird 2nd Gen and more. They would all be unveiled at the same time on day 1 at 11 AM. Needless to say, that's the first time something of this magnitude has been organized at the show. And given the Roadster Shop already have their own prizes and trophies for SEMA, I'm sure this presentation will blow people's minds away. Up next is one of my favorite custom shops out there, Ruffian Cars. The team championed by Chris Ashton has recently accomplished the impossible by blending new tech with old-school character in this 1935 Plymouth Coupe, now packing an 800 horsepower Viper V10 engine, refined suspension work and relic panel paint. Just look at the polarizing front end with the integrated headlights inside the main grille tombstone to contrast with the wide fenders. This car was already unveiled last month at Adrian Concours, and it has already broken the internet. I have been following the progress of this car for the past 2 years, so this is a well overdue reunion for me. Coming up next is the unreal 6x6 Porsche GT3 RS by Danton Art Customs. This visionary Frenchman is surely up to the task given the previous prototypes like the 6x6 Hummer from last year, commissioned by Richard Rawlings at Gas Monkey, or the 6x6 Rolls-Royce and Testarossa he already built. Not much is known of this car, but we can bet on the power plant as Alexander usually chooses Hellcat engines for his mad creations. Looking forward to see this thing rolling out of SEMA for the parade on Friday. Staying on radical vehicles, next up is Jessie's Performance Crazy Firebird burnout car. Just look at those mad exhaust pipes layout and the mega wide fender flares wrapping the tires so aggressively. Nothing goes unnoticed on this 388 cubes blown monster. And what a sound too. Listen up. This cool Firebird will take part at the Hoonigan Burnyard, hosted by Burnout Wars, together with Jessie's other hot rod burnout car. That's gonna be epic for sure. We now shift our attention to KMC. Kyle is an avid fabricator and I've known him since 2019 after witnessing firsthand his C2 Corvette displayed outside the main halls of SEMA. Back then, I realized just how accurately engineered and customized his work does get. Kyle leaves no stone unturned when it comes to attention to detail. This year, he's bringing yet another C2 Corvette, 3 years long in the making, and a stellar execution of his vision put into automotive art form. I can't stress enough about this fabrication, wiring, and welding work that could win an award by itself. All we know for now is that this 66 Corvette is powered by an LT4 with unconventional cooling placements and piping solutions. Really looking forward to see this one finished. And staying on automotive art, next on the list is Nostalgia Hot Rods. These guys are known for creating the most outstanding American resto mod to date. It's Roadrunner, a Plymouth Roadrunner that shook the halls of SEMA back in 2023. Something I've witnessed for myself, and I can't wait for them to finally reveal this year's build called Onyx 632. A 1970 Chevelle with, as the name suggests, a 632 cubic inches big block Chevy crate motor and totally redesigned interiors and exteriors as you would expect from these boys. For now, we can only drool on these renderings. Can't wait to be face to face with the real thing next week. Their plan is also to bring along Dracon, a Pontiac Firebird resto mod that was supposed to debut last year. Given what the team and Nostalgia Hotrods have delivered so far, we shouldn't be surprised to see anything short of sensational. Coming up next is Garret's Road Shop with their midnight blue 1965 Pontiac GTO named Mjolnir, literally like Thor's hammer. A very brave choice going with an early GTO. There's only a handful of builders that tried this route before. For now, we can only speculate that seeing a 6.5 liter badge there means it might be packing a 396 cubes engine. Garret's Road Shop are known for releasing that fat 68 Barracuda resto mod back in 2019, and still a showstopper to this very day. Next up, we have the promise by Trick Rides to deliver the very first all-carbon wide-body 1969 Ford Mustang Fastback. To which you'd say, another one of these? Haven't they been resto-modded and built in all forms and shapes already? Well, that's precisely the point here, guys. We've seen the public response to what Finale Speed presented back in 2023 when they unveiled the first ever all-carbon body 1970 Charger and 1969 Camaro. I believe this is what sprung Trick Rides to go all out on this mad full-carbon creation, including a 520 big block Ford and a rear lower diffuser to make things more spicy. We'll see how this build pans out next week, as I'm sure it'll be a stunner. Coming up next on my personal list is Rods and Mods, with a very special 1967 Chevy Camaro mounting an all-new cantilevered suspension system on Q&A coilovers. The subframe fabrication work on this car is extensive, including new knuckles, disc brakes, and a set of 315 fronts and 335 rear tires. Adding to the complexity of the build is the fact that it will retain its convertible platform too. A very quirky and interesting build to see up and close, I believe. Old Anvil Speed Shop is back at SEMA this year with a stunning 1966 C2 Corvette. What immediately stands out from this build is the paint job, a mesmerizing pearl forest green with different shades under the light. I'm thinking they might get an award just for that, to be honest. What a stunning color. As for the rest, we have extensive bodywork modifications, an old-school big block Chevy, neat side pipes, and billet elements to make it stand out even more. Not to mention the most over-engineered cold air intake ever. Rest assured, the end result is gonna be bonkers. Ricardo Lopez is back this year with a single cab Chevy truck build. I personally met for the first time back at SEMA 2019 and again in 2023 to admire his matte grey C1 Corvette. You know things are getting serious when you see a body-off fabrication with main cab being lodged on a TCI engineering chassis and a performance LS motor. The team at Kustoms by Lopez always deliver top craftsmanship, fabrication, and panel and paint solutions. Long awaited is the return of BBT Fab at SEMA 2025 with their new build, which takes the form of a totally refined 1959 Impala. Fab, in their name, stands for fabrication, and trust me, these guys are known for sleek reinterpretations of classics and muscle cars. This Impala should not be any lesser than their previous work and shows total commitment in shaping a vehicle to make people gasp. And what about this rugged C10 truck retrofitted with exposed cage and looking race ready? It's built by Blazin Rods, a shop from Orange County that debuted last year with the most well-engineered vehicle in recent times, a 2000 horsepower 1970 Chevelle where form meets function in what can only be described as a perfectly executed automotive artwork. Speaking of which, this Chevelle will be back at SEMA 2025, this time completely functional and running like it should. Quick reminder for you, this is a twin-turbo 540 cubic inches sitting on a C7 Corvette suspensions and mounting 6-speed sequential transmission. $1 million cars are becoming the norm these days, and I can't honestly wait to take a closer look at this absolutely unreal project since I couldn't be there last year in 2024. honorable mentions are now due. Representing the crown jewel and the backbone of the American hot rodding industry, we start with Kindig Design, bringing 5 vehicles for our viewing pleasure. 2 of them are the famously modded Corvettes. One is a truly enigmatic Camaro, and then an Oldsmobile and a slammed Suburban. Moving on to Ring Brothers, the shop from Wisconsin has been busy this year with the release of Octavia, an Aston Martin resto mod and the very first European car for them, which debuted at the Quail and was praised by other high-end car makers like Koenigsegg and Pagani. While I hope to see it at the show, they will be unveiling a brand new 1969 Fastback Project too, which makes sense considering that's with Mustangs that they started almost 20 years ago. Cheap Foods has partnered up with Blueprint Engines to bring you this absolutely sleek 1956 Continental Mark II, reworked and streamlined by getting the Foos diet. To finish up, we have Sanders Street Rods, bringing a 1970 Dodge Charger with a Hellcat Hemi swap, and Dutch Boys Hot Rods with a custom Ford Torino. Both of them have not disclosed further details on the build, so we'll have to check them out in person next week when they get unveiled. And that's it, folks. I'm sure I left out plenty of other prominent names and cars, but you know, a bit of anticipation is well overdue for what is unanimously recognized as the biggest and largest automotive aftermarket show in the whole world. Let us know your favorite vehicles from this video, the one you can't wait to check out and know more about. Stay tuned on this channel for all the updates from SEMA 2025, only here on Muscle Cars Universe.